Almost live, going live, and we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra, special, big up, shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards. Shout out to the school teachers. Shout out to the students going out to school, the good ones that ain't fighting the teachers. Shout out, shout out to whatever your job description is. Shout out to law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel. Shout out to my infantry brothers. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others. As much as you want good for yourself, you're a good person. If you're that kind of person, shout out to you. Here we are on a beautiful morning. What day is it? It's Tuesday, right? Tuesday, February 6th. Beautiful morning. A lot to give thanks for. Up and feeling good and about to go get it, right? And I like seeing the chat room looking like this. A lot of names in here and a lot of names in green. That means the family is all assembled. And we got a lot to talk about this morning. Let me put on my glasses first because, I'm going to have to make sure so these lights not blinding my eyes and I can see so I can read to you and talk about this. It looks like my notification was sleeping this morning. Audrey Wright says, Audrey, they do that to us all the time, man. All the time. They don't notify the people who are coming in. Let me say before, I'm a bit under the weather. So I have my tissue. I'm not gonna be blowing my nose in front of you though. But I was blowing my nose before, and I have my cup of ginger and garlic tea, and that's what I'm on this morning. So you might see me chewing a little bit because let me see if you can see in my cup. See it there? You see the ginger pieces? Yeah, so I like crushed raw ginger, boil it a little bit, let it simmer, let it sit, and then me eat the ginger pieces while me chew the tea. Or chew while me drink the tea, while me chew the tea. Rotted. Mm. Oh, and lemon. And there's lemon in there too. So that's what I work with this morning. Anyhow, big things are going. Shout out to the Jamaica justice system. This is what we have on the table this morning. A U.S. woman is convicted in connection to a multi-million-dollar drug bust that recently happened in Jamaica. She is not Jamaican, but she will have to spend some time in a Jamaica prison. And we'll talk about her in a minute. No evidence to establish conspiracy, declares the judge, as Beachy Stout is found not guilty of murder, conspiracy, or conspiracy to commit murder. And that that one blindsided me. Noel Maitland, his trial update for Donna Lee Donaldson. We'll talk about that, details of that. And this man pleads guilty for after killing a woman who was seen leaving a bar with, which all of this happened in Jamaica. All of this is Jamaica. All right. Vybz Kartel, 8 days to Privy Council. That's one of the things we're going to talk about this morning as well. Vybz Kartel, 8 days to Privy Council. 8 days. Man, you've been in prison for like 11 years, isn't it? Yeah, about 11 years. Let's start out with cause I don't want to take up too much time. So I'm not gonna tell you to ask me which one to start out with this morning because when I do that, then you start out with the most important one or the one that requires talking the most. So the one that's more engaging. And then we end up a talk the whole hour, and then we have 15 minutes left to talk about the other three. So let's talk about the one that doesn't really matter so much. But we'll just send a warning out behind it, right? This is what we call the warm up before we get into the real saucy stuff. So, according to the Jamaica Observer this morning, a U.S. woman who traveled to Jamaica on vacation and was leaving was caught and is now in trouble. 30-year-old sales associate of Washington, D.C., in the United States. She was convicted when she appeared before the St. James Parish Court on Thursday, and she is Erna Washington. That's funny. She's from Washington. Life, I'm telling you, you can't predict life. I seen a murder happen on a street that was called No Love Lane. And I'm like, damn. No Love Lane. Mm. Her name is Erna or Erena Washington, and she is from Washington, D.C. Anyhow, she was held with 2.3 kilos of cocaine at the Sangsters International Airport as she was about to board a flight to leave Jamaica heading for New York City. According to reports, the cocaine, with an estimated street value of 11 million Jamaican dollars, was found concealed on her body during security checks. I didn't know people even still do that. She's past dumb. I mean, she's old enough to know better. She was arrested and charged with possession of cocaine, dealing in cocaine, attempting to export cocaine, conspiracy to export cocaine. She pleaded guilty and she appeared before the court and she was fined 400,000 Jamaican dollars or 6 months imprisonment for cocaine possession and another 300,000 Jamaican dollars or 6 months more imprisonment for attempting to export cocaine. Let me say a couple of things, right? I can see the temptation. I can see the because look, if I go to Jamaica and I strap 2.5 kilos on me, right? It's 30,000 a kilo, roughly. I could get it for 30,000. I'm not saying I'm a drug dealer. I'm just saying, I might have some information about how things were done back in the day, kind of thing. And I'm far removed from certain circles. That's my disclaimer. But I could fence a kilo for about 30, or probably even more if I break it up, right? All right. You know how I go already. Mix a little baking soda, a little bit of that, cook it. Anyhow, 30,000. That's $60,000 at a minimum. $70,000, 70,000 US dollars in cash. You go to Jamaica, you spend like $450, $500. You do your back and forth flight, another $500 for accommodation, or you have somebody to stay with. You spend $1,000 and you make $70,000. You spend $1,000 and you end up making $70,000 if you make it through that airport. If you get caught, and you're lucky, you'll get caught in Jamaica. If you get caught in Jamaica, and listen, I'm not telling nobody to go do this because I'm not bailing you out. I'll just read about you on here and use you as an example of what not to do, right? So check me out. If you get caught in Jamaica, you get 6 months imprisonment for transporting with an attempt to export cocaine, 2.5 kilos, or you pay 300,000 Jamaican dollars and you beat that charge. So, in addition to those charges, though, they hit her over the head a little bit. She'll have to pay probably about 5,000, 4,000 US dollars, roughly, maybe less. How much is 800,000 Jamaican dollars in US dollars? Ask Google that. Google will tell you how much that is. On my phone there. Let's walk her case down. So 800,000 Jamaican dollars in US dollars. Let's do it like this. Da 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 d da 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 da. How much is 800,000 Jamaican dollars in US dollars?
80,000 Jamaican dollars equals 512 United States dollars and 14 cents.
No, my girl, I never said 80,000. I said 800,000. How much is 800,000 Jamaican dollars in US dollars?
800 Jamaican dollars equals 5 United States dollars and 12 cents.
$5,121. Thank you, Kaitai Jai Empress. You must have Siri. I must have iPhone you use. Because I Google something. I say 800,000, it tells me 80,000. I say 800,000, it tells me 8,000. All right, so 5,000. She'll pay $5,000. And the judge said that it's mandatory that she serve 6 months. 2.5 kilos of coke, 6 months, and a $5,000 fine. You're not getting that in the U.S. If you get caught in the U.S. with 2 kilos of cocaine trying to go through an airport, we'll see you in about 7 to 10 years. Okay, she is out in 6 months, and it happened in another country, so it's not even probably going to be on her record when she get back home. and she fill out job applications. You know how they say, have you ever been arrested for a crime, whatever, when you go fill out a job application or go for an interview? That won't even show up on her stuff. She could go reinvent herself, get back to a normal life. So I'm just saying, it's that easy. Anyhow, much luck to her. Them 6 months in a Jamaican prison will blow over. She'll make some new friends and some new connections. She'll probably be barred from coming back to Jamaica ever again. And but I don't think she'll mind either, right? Or if them no bulldog are in there, I don't know. She's lucky. All of them are lucky because Jamaica does not have big charges or big prison time for people with drugs. There's no big prison time for people with drugs. I've seen people get caught with way more than that cocaine, like kilos upon kilos, 50 kilos, 70 kilos. She just did a teardrop and they were out on bail. So and Jamaica don't do big on drugs. So I'm thinking like that might be the place to go because I'm starting to envision like a big mansion on a hill somewhere overlooking the Caribbean Sea and a yacht that goes out on the weekends. Take out the family, couple of luxury cars and all that. And I'm plotting my way to it, and I'm saying I'm weighing the risks versus. Yeah, but then again, I'm afraid of prison. That one, I keep remembering that part. I'm afraid of prison. I don't want to go to prison. Me dainty. I don't want nobody touching me up. I don't know if Jamaica prison is not. Well, I know Jamaica prison is not like U.S. prison. U.S. prison. Every time you go, every time you get a visit, I have family members that were locked up before, right? And some of them would tell us, "Don't come see me." You're like, "Damn, you don't want me to come see you?" Nah, don't come see me. Why you don't want us to come see you? Because every time y'all come see me, we have to go through the strip search something, right? And I want to see y'all, man, and I miss y'all, but please just let me do my time. Because when I'm in here, yo, I have some cousin where a real rebel, I have one, I have one that he sign off when he go in, like the world don't exist outside. I'm straight prison till I come out, right? So he's like, don't come see me. Why you don't want us to come see you? Because every time y'all come see me, we have to do this, and I don't want to reject your visit. I'm good in here. Every time y'all come see me, we have to do the strip search something. And he was like, sometimes the man them swipe them finger up your body crack like this and all that, and it's like, it's degrading. It's everything else. Some of them in there that are working as CEOs, them up on the lean side of the fence too. So they love when they have to tell you to bend over and squat and cough and all that. They get a jolly out of it. Matter of fact, I was just watching a documentary, and there was a correction officer. A guy went in, and the correction officer did run there, back him fist as he was giving him instructions. He put the guy in the room, and he was just outside the room, but they had installed a camera he did not know about, and he thought he knew where all the cameras were because they were getting complaints that he was doing this, right? And them catch him red-handed. New prisoner come in, and he was like, bend over, cough, squat. Okay, stay down there for a minute. Bear down. Bear down as if you're taking a poop. Bear down as if you're having a bowel movement. All the time I tell the youth about bear down. See me around there? I was like, oh my God. So yeah, when I say I'm afraid of prison, I'm afraid of prison for more than 10 different reasons. That way. Now, if that ain't a deterrent for you when you hear me talk about stuff like that and that's where you think you're heading, then go right ahead, man. Enjoy it. It might tickle your fancy. It don't tickle mine. Anyhow, moving right along. Let's talk about. Let's do an update on the Donna Lee Donaldson. We're getting these out the way. We're getting to the Beachy Stout thing. That one day. But let's get this out the way. Oh, here's another one. Lesson of the day. A man pleads guilty to killing a woman that he was seen leaving a bar with. I'm gonna use this one as a warning. Details. Saint Anne, Jamaica. A man has been sentenced on February 13th for the murder of a woman who he was seen on a CCTV camera footage leaving a bar with in Runaway Bay, St. Anne in 2022. He just got convicted February of this year. Sentenced on February 13th for the murder. February 13th, no day yet. All news this. Let me see. No, February 4th of 2024. Oh, he is to be sentenced on February. Okay, his sentencing date is February 13th. He will be sentenced. So Al Romeo Pringle pleaded guilty to killing a 26-year-old female in St. Elizabeth, or she's a St. Elizabeth resident, Rochelle Glaze, when he appeared in the St. Anne Circuit Court on Thursday. High Court Judge Justice Andrea Pettigrew Collins has ordered both an antecedent report and a social inquiry report to aid in the sentencing when sentencing day comes. Pringle, a resident of Mount Ararat, St. Anne, was remanded in custody until then. Reports are that on Sunday, May 2022, Glaze, the female, she was seen at a bar having fun, having a couple of drinks in Runaway Bay with a man. 4 days later, family members were wondering where she was at, why she hadn't showed up to home, and all that other stuff. They put in a missing persons report with the Runaway Bay police station. An investigation was launched, and the police started, asking questions. And does anybody have a camera around here? Let me see some of your camera footage, so on and so forth. And they obtained a CCTV camera footage which showed Pringle as the man who she was leaving the bar with on that day, night, early morning that she was seen. He was subsequently detained. Further investigations led the police to a shallow grave, which he told them where it was. He buried her in a shallow grave in Cardiff Hall in Runaway Bay area, where Glaze's decomposed body was found. He was then charged, and it is believed that he and her got into some kind of an altercation during which he used a piece of board to beat her to death, struck her over the head several times, and it killed her. Pringle is then accused of burying her body on a property where there is a unfinished house on that property. Here's the thing. I used that story to tell a real life story. I was in the army for a minute. I had been to a couple of places. Those of you who served in the military, you know what I'm talking about when we go to new places, right? We always have our areas where we gather outside of work. So I'm at different bars in different towns, different countries, whatnot, and I always see it the same thing. Women can get very loose, especially some of you women who are like married and or have your significant other, and you're like, I'm going out with the girls for the evening, babe. I'll see you later. Oh, it's just girls' night out. It's nothing. Y'all go out and get wild, right? I'm at a bar one night and I seen this guy. He just wait. That's all he does is wait. And he wait and watch who's drinking the most. And then he wait and watch who can't control their liquor. And then he talk to whoever is the most inebriated, right? Has a strategy. So we're watching him. We've been watching him for like a couple of weekends. One particular weekend, he's in there and he does the same thing, wait, watch, find out who's drinking the most, whose friends are not loyal. Some of y'all go out with your friends and you see you have codes. With us, we go home with who we came out with. That's just standard for us, right? We notice women go out together, they end up leaving apart, right? For whatever reason. I don't know, girls' argument, or she found a guy that she like and she gonna go down to his car real quick, and whatever the case may be. Anyways, we're watching him one night and he picks up this girl. She's the only one in the bar that looked like she's sleeping, but she was drinking a lot, can't control her liquor. And she has friends who encourages her to get extra drunk. Come on, man, drink another shot. One more won't hurt you. And peer pressure for adults is something real. She taking her shots, then she not moving no more. She over there knocked out. My boy didn't do nothing better than just go over there, and she had on a short mini skirt too, so her whole coochie was outside when he did this. He go over there, put his shoulder down like this, pick her up, throw her over his shoulder, and start walking out the bar. All her friends are too drunk to stop him. And we're the last line of defense because my table was at the exit of the. That's something that I do. My back is to the wall, my face is to the crowd, and I'm close to the exit. So I'm there, and he's leaving with the girl, and she is motionless. She just bouncing on his shoulder like this as he's walking. Not a sound, not a resistance, no nothing. And we had seen him do this before with other girls, but we thought, because we wasn't paying it much attention. We're not up on police duty, so we thought like they were just going, like them are go with him. And so we were like, oh, here he go again. It'll be like, hey, there goes Donald again. There goes Donald again. This particular time we're watching and we heard one of her friends say, somebody please help. We can't stop him. And that's how we ended up stopping him at the door, taking the girl off his shoulder, putting her back with her friends, and so on and so forth. So I say that to say this. Ladies, if you are going to drink a lot, drink at home. Okay? If you're gonna have one of them days where you feel like, man, I feel like I could go through a whole bottle of wine or I could have a couple of shots or whatever, do it at home. Because I've always seen women say, I can handle my liquor, and you can't. You can't. I was telling wifey that yesterday, was it yesterday? Or day before yesterday? I forgot what we were watching, and I said to her, people that take a certain kind of drugs, they're usually ran through. Yeah, to include alcohol, they're usually ran through. If a person has been on anything like heroin or cocaine or any one of them hard drugs, that they've been ran through, and I'm gonna explain to you why. Alcohol, although it's sold over the counter, is exactly that too. Ran through. And when I say ran through, I'm talking about you had a couple of drinks, four, five, six men ran through you one night. You woke up sore. You don't know what's going on. Oftentimes, they don't even mind. They don't even care to know what was going on or what went on, right? A lot of date rape is infused by alcohol consumption as well. So it's a safe bet for women. I don't like women that go out and drink anyways and get sloppy out drunk drinking because they're easily taken advantage of and they can't defend themselves and they just lay down and take it. And then, of course, we're going to say that's nasty of men to do and all that. Listen, men do everything that we tell men not to do. So the next best line of defense for us is to tell the women what not to do to put themselves in that situation, right? You and your girls going out tonight, y'all about to pop a bottle, y'all about to enjoy this club or you about to enjoy this event. Watch your consumption. Watch your consumption. I'll give you another story, which I told before because it happened to me. You could be around people that want to see you do crazy things, even though they masquerade as your friends, right? Somebody spiked my drink already, and I ended up in a toilet, locked up in the toilet for the whole night till everything done. Everybody left the venue. I was the only person left in the toilet. So, with your face on a public toilet too. I told y'all the story before. I'm in there praying, God, please take this off of me, because I know that wasn't alcohol, and I don't take drugs, and it was a feeling I had never felt before. It felt like I was going out of dying and coming back to being alive, dying and coming back to being alive, kind of feeling, right? And it was people who I was really good with that did it. So you have to be careful even around who you around. I know one particular female, her friend would go out with her. I can't say no names or nothing. Her friend would go out with her, and her friend would encourage her. Talk to him, girl. Damn, he fine as hell. I'd talk to him if he was looking at me. Talk to him. You know them friend there that egg you on, and she talk to him, right? And then the boy, of course, they're those kind of girls. They drink a lot when they're out. She's already woozy, inebriated. Man, see that? The first thing man is thinking is, I'm not trying to come here and I'm not looking for a wife, especially not from you. You look like you do this every weekend, right? So how about we go out to the car real quick? You trying to get some head? He trying to, you know what I'm saying, throw your legs back in the car, something, put your panabacas, I don't know, something like that in the car. She would encourage her friend to do it. and she would do it. Come on, go, man. If I was you, you fine as hell. Go do it. So her friend would do it, and her friend would rack up numbers of how many guys she was sleeping with, right? And her homegirl, who was encouraging her to do it, she not do none of that. She not doing any of it. She let her do it, and then she talk about her to other people. I know what she does because I'm the one that's there when she's doing it. So be careful about, your alcohol consumption in public. Be careful about the people you stay around, all that other stuff. Just a warning. Just a warning. I think we are grown people and we should know this by now, but you'll be surprised to know how many grown people don't really know them something there. All right. Moving right along now. Let's talk about Noel Maitland and Donna Lee Donaldson. We're heading down to the next one is gonna be the whole Beachy Stout situation. So Noel Maitland, Steve James says, especially if you are the new girl in town. hmm I drink water and say it vodka. Kaz, Kaz Robinson, you say you drink water and you say it's vodka. Yeah, that's how them drunk girls be. I don't want to. What's this? Uh, Take it. Gloop, gloop, glop, 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 glop. She don't even know what the hell she doing. Why put yourself in that situation? Predators are everywhere, man. Predators are everywhere. You just got to be careful. And don't think it don't happen. Hey, for fellas, please don't think this is just a woman warning. This is a warning for you too. Okay? This is a warning for you too. I remember, hey, listen, while we on this, right? I remember a guy told me, he said, what? Back in the day, let me tell you a secret, and this is a pimp secret, right? This, this is a pimp secret. This the pimp finger right here. This is a pimp secret. He was like, you see the Visine I drop? I say, yeah. What about it? He said, you put one tip of that in a drink, out for the night. You flip it whichever way you want to flip it. You do whatever you want to do to her. I said, Visine for the eye, because I was using Visine at the time. He was like, yeah, you don't want to use too much though, because you use too much, you might end up, the person might end up like boo booing on himself. He talking about having diarrhea, right? Yes, Audrey, right. So I gotta share this. But just remember, he was like, yeah, you don't want to use too much though, because the person will end up boo booing on himself, having like a diarrhea situation. I'm like, Visine? I'm still stuck on Visine. He was like, yeah, but if you use too much, they could end up dying too. So you got to use like the right amount. I just use like one tip. I said, Visine? He said, yeah, man, I drop the Visine. Everybody walk around with Visine, we toot a little bit, so we just put some Visine in. They don't think nothing of it. Girl over there, you buy her a drink. You act like you putting your Visine in. You put one tip in her drink, put two more drops in your eyes, and you go about your business. You watch her from a distance. The other day, I'm scrolling through looking for things that are happening to bring to the platform to talk about. And lo and behold, there's a case out of a Visine killer or eye drops killer. Google it. That just got sentenced. And that's what the person was doing. Was putting now this person told me this years ago. And of course, it's something that I have never tried, so I can't say, you know what, the person was right. Come and try it and it work. I never tried it, so I don't know if it worked. I'm going through about a couple of days ago, and I saw eye drop killer sentenced to how many years in prison for because they did the same thing. Apparently, that's what they do. So when I say be careful out there, I mean be careful out there. I told y'all already about the guy that went to Jamaica and they offered him a cup of tea. Is that you that don't eat from nobody, drink from nobody kind of thing? A cup of tea is harmless. He took a cup of tea. The cup of tea was a mushroom in it. And he been tripping ever since, right? Never came back to his normal senses. So again, you gotta be careful out here. All right. Be very, very careful out here. All right. With that said, let's get back into this now. So the Noel Maitland situation, I think somebody asked in the comment section yesterday, SouFLo, what's happening with Donna Lee Donaldson? Say her name, something. Yeah, it was hip and fly when we were saying her name for the first couple of days and for the week or two after she disappeared, right? But then, as you notice, nobody says Donna Lee Donaldson anymore. The update is this. The update is that Donna Lee has still not been found. April 7th of 2025 is when the trial date has been set for Noel Maitland, and he will stand trial for the murder of Donna Lee Donaldson. He will also stand trial for um I forgot what the name of the word is, desecration of a corpse or something like that. But because her body was never found, and they're figuring that based on theory and evidence that they have gathered, he did something to the body, right? Other than take it to the morgue. So the police constable who was charged with the July 2022 murder, you see how time flies? July 2022, we're in 2024. Time flies that fast. It feels like she just went missing yesterday. Right. So the constable who is charged with the July 2022 murder of social media influencer Donna Lee Donaldson will stand trial on April 7th of 2025. That's when his trial will start. The date was arrived at when the matter was heard in the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston in a case management hearing, and appearing in court through a Zoom. Maitland was advised that the case is expected to be tried over an 8-week period with a 7-member jury, as opposed to being tried by a judge only. So his case will go before a jury. Now, considering what's going on right now with, I don't even know. I'm confused to say jury or judge anymore. I don't know. A trial readiness hearing is to begin January 24th of 2025, and then it will go to court April of 2025. This will ensure that all the witnesses, all the statements, all the stuff, the relevant evidentiary material, whatever is needed to carry the case forward, this will ensure that everything is in place so they can move forward with the case. So they'll start that in January of 2025, and then the case will go to court before a judge in April of 2025. Vader says that's too long. Vader, remember what I told you before? Or maybe you weren't here. I said this is exactly what they do. They drag it out until it loses momentum. If you could think of a case that lost momentum, think of the Beachy Stout case. That case was huge when it first broke. It had all the bells and whistles to it to make it something everybody was fascinated with. Here you have this older businessman that had a lot of money, right? And people are like, yo, you know is who that? Him rich, you know? Yo, man, I talk about them man, them money long, you know? Then they had rumors out there. I'm saying rumors because I don't want nobody come say me say it, right? Man, them man, the money come from old cocaine days, money, brother, from back in a Portland days. Where you think all the coke used to wash up? Down there, so them man, they used to control the coke trade. Them man, they have money from back then. When I say rich, them man, they rich. Them man, they have a whole heap of influence, brother. Them man, they have police in them pocket. Police station built on land that they gave the police to build land station upon. This, that, and the other. That man can't be found guilty in Portland. Everybody was up. Paper headline says wealthy Portland businessman Everton Beachy Stout Mcdonald charged for the murder of his much younger wife. How old is she? She's 30 something. How old is he? 60 something. Damn, they're 30 something years apart. Oh, a sugar daddy situation. She did I use him? And then came out all the other salacious information about her and the side lifestyle she had been living and all this. Don't you see what they did? They took their time with this. Just waved it back, waved it back. We talking about something from what, 2020? Just waved it back, waved it back. We're in 2024. Nobody cares about it anymore, really. So now, when the story is covered and it's like Beachy Stout found not guilty, most people just skip right past it. They don't even make a connection to it's the same case. They just skip right past it, which is what they're doing with the Noel Maitland case. Donna Lee Donaldson's mom already spoke about this. She said, she's put off by how long this is, that the way they're dragging this process out, kind of thing. So Maitland is held in custody. His team, his defense team, has stopped making bail submissions for him, which means pretty much they made a couple of bail submissions. They were all rejected. The judge said he has the means to run. He has the means to also obstruct justice, whether that's through witness intimidation or whatever else way he might do it. And they believe that, so they're going to keep him right where he's at. When I said that's one small victory, but you know that's Jamaica. We don't know until the verdict and the sentencing part comes about. Did her father pass recently? I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. Vida says her dad has died. Really? I know absolutely nothing about that. I'll go look that up to see if it's factual information. You know how I stay already. I'm not gonna regurgitate stuff if I'm not sure, but yeah, we share information here, so sometimes y'all know more than I do. Put me on. Yes, he did. Seymour said yes, he did. Onika St. John, yes, he did. Greg Goody says yes, he did. Damn. Wow. Let me see. Donna Lee Donaldson, dad. That's so sad. That's so sad. Remember, it was him that was sending her the money, right? And remember, he was sending because him sending our money on a regular basis, right? As far as I heard, she was spoiled. She was spoiled. That was his girl, and she could ask her daddy for anything, and she would get it, kind of thing. And he had sent some money, and she hadn't picked up her money, and he thought that's highly unlike her, because she's gonna go pick up her money and stuff, and that's where it first started. Donna Lee Donaldson's father died today. R.I.P. Wow. Donna Lee Donaldson's father has died. Okay. See, only place I see this is on TikTok. The only place I see this is on TikTok, though. All the other news media houses. What media house y'all got it from? Because all the other news media houses don't have it. I see it on TikTok. That's about it. He was sick with heart issues for a long time, Seymour said. So if it is true, I'm not saying it's true. I'm gonna go look up myself. But if it is true that he did pass, that's sad. Because damn. And whatever heart issues he had probably got exacerbated by that whole situation with his daughter. I'm telling you, man, a good father, his relationship with his daughter is a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. Donnelly's mom posted it on Facebook page. Okay. Perlis123 says Donnelly's mom posted it on her Facebook page. Mm, that's so sad. So he died not knowing the outcome of where his daughter is at, and if the person who is accused of taking her taking her life essentially, even got justice served. You see how they drag it? Yep, I see it right here. So there's a picture of her with him, and she says, "Hopefully, you guys are together once again." And there's a picture with her and her father, her as a little girl, and her father. It's right here. That's so sad. See that? Wow. But yeah, they drag these cases on, man. You know what? I can't even say, oh, in America it would be different because it's not. In the United States of America, I've known people who've been locked up for 5 years, 6 years before they go to trial. So, and by the time they get to trial, they get hit with time served. They do 6 months more and they come out. So it's not just a Jamaica thing. It's not. But they drag it, they drag it, they drag it. And in the process of them dragging it, people are dying, passing away, witnesses pass away, which we could use now to segue into the Beachy Stout trial. Somebody asked yesterday, SouFLo, isn't Beachy Stout standing trial for his first wife as well? And I said yes, but he will stand trial for his first wife in 2025, right? When he stands trial for his first wife, I now believe that he will be free from that. Reason being, that the first wife murder that happened a long time ago in court days, and not only that, a lot of the people, the key components of that, they've either moved away from Jamaica. Some people have left altogether and never returned. Some people cannot be found. Others have passed away. So it's going to be hard to put that case together, right? If they can't even put this case together that they have so much so called evidence in, it's going to be almost impossible for them to put that other case together. This picture of Donna Lee bothers me. It's like, if you look at this, right? I want to get into the beach stout thing, but I want you look on this, though. See, if you look at this picture, so that was her and Noel, right? Her and Noel Maitland. And if you look at how she was looking at him and how he was talking to her, I don't think she saw that coming. I don't think she saw that coming. Let's close off the Donnelly segment like this. Somebody said, boy, so flow, me I feel sorry for them girls still in the car. Them girl, a money girl, them. Them gonna talk to man will drive Mark X and Bima and Benz and, you have to this and you have to that and money them chase and clout and these things. And them the business where the man them do. And them reputation, them only care if the man have money and we spending money upon them. And I said, you know, as a father of a daughter, I'm not gonna tell my daughter to get out here and chase man with money. But I'm sure as hell gonna let my daughter know, send a broke man to your thing, right? Now, the part about her getting it herself and being the kind of female that can hold herself down, that's gonna be implemented too. But at the same time, me no want her with around no scoundrel that has no ambition. You're just a no go no what put slippers boy who have no nothing going on for yourself. I wouldn't be telling my daughter to be attracted to you just because she think your face cute or you look good, or what she call look good. There's got to be some standards to it. So some of these girls they hold themselves to a certain standard. If she, it's a choice. It's a choice. Broke man mad because she don't want you because you broke. Non-ambitious man or nothing going on for you mad because she don't want that. I think it's a choice. Yeah, I think it's a choice. So I wouldn't hold that against her. And I told the person that I was speaking to, I said, damn, that's kind of cold that you said that. I wouldn't hold that against her for that. She had some ambition. She wanted to be with somebody who was somebody. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I put a video up the other day that says stop dating broke women. And it was me just figuring out that I can do shorts on YouTube. Because somebody kept saying, SouFlo, why you don't do shorts? Because some of the stuff you said, you could have just do it in a short. And the short is like 60 seconds or whatever. And I said, I'm not computer savvy, so I don't know how to do shorts. Well, I have a 15-year-old. My 15-year-old said, Dad, it's easy. I'll show you how to do it. And he took my phone and he did bam right there. Just do the video. See? So one press button. So I did two shorts. One of them was uh stop dating broke women. And of course the women came on the comment section and they're like, yeah, it goes for broke men too. But check it out. Broke men ain't never been appealing. Even broke man who have woman that claims she love him, she'll cheat on him with a man with money if it's paying the right way. You know what I'm saying? And then they make songs about it. Broke niggas don't deserve no coochie. I know that's right. It's always been the standard. Like, go get you some money. No woman don't want a broke man kind of thing. No woman walks around saying, "Girl, I'm looking for a man, and I need him to be handsome, and I need him to, be loving and caring and broke." It's never been that. But a lot of women met men, and the women were flat ass broke when they met those men. And by the time the relationship was done, she came up, or the whole relationship she was living in luxury. So it's it's like, I don't know. But yeah, shout out to the man them out there. Stop take up broke man, cause it's a problem. Is that them getting most problem too? The most headache come with broke women. I noticed that because women who are about their business and getting to their money. I know I'm sidetracking a bit, but walk with me. Women who are about their money and getting to their business, they don't have time for drama. If she is a registered nurse and she got to be on the clock by something something, and she just did a double shift today, she ain't coming home to argue with you for no hour and a half, 2 hours, and get mad and all that. She tired. She need to go to bed. She need to rest. She need to think about charting. She need to think about what floor she working on tomorrow, what patients she got to see, all that other stuff. So Brockman now, you that they support a Brockman, she have all the freedom in the world. She does have whole heap of time for just argue with you. You just free her up from the rat race so she can stay there and argue with you for as long as she feel like it and make nice. But Donna Lee wasn't a broke woman. She was an ambitious girl and she was going places. And she just attached herself to a man who she thought was ambitious and going places. The thing about when you're young and naive is a big deal, right? So you're young and naive, and an older guy is able to imprint his way on you, pretty much, so to say, without having your best interest at heart. And I think that's what happened in Donna Lee Donaldson's case. He didn't have her best interest at heart and ended up doing her the way he did. I don't know what could have caused that, but I'll say this: men don't go from loving you, caring about you, being that person to suddenly they just murder you. There's abuse is going on somewhere that you are hiding. Abuse is going on somewhere that you are downplaying. You know why nobody else knows say you get abused. So I don't know, him choke you up inside of the house and then you go outside and act like nothing never happened. Him thump you in your eye one time or box you and your eye get a little black eye or bruise. You comb down your hair this way over it and put on whole heap of makeup. All kind of stuff. It never goes. It never goes from I love you, you my girl, you my woman, I never put my hands on you, to boom, out the blue, murdered. Never. Never. So I think she was getting abused. I think she was getting abused. Some men abuse women by controlling, as in doing things for them to see, like, I'm a violent person. Don't make me do that with you. Y'all who come from the era where your parents didn't have to beat you, them just look upon you and say, like my grandmother used to look at me when I act up in public, I may already know. So the whole ride home now in the taxi, I'm trying to think how to get away from her when I reach the house. And she hasn't said a word, right? And just the look. Because you know you're going to get beaten. I saw some man have some woman under them kind of, I won't call it manners and control there, where they're intimidated by them. And he knows, and she knows. You understand? It's like, I'm going to fuck you up when we get to the house. Wait, give her that look right there. She know what time it is. I think that's abuse too. And I think in Donna Lee's situation, she was going through that with him, right? It eventually led to the lick them get too much now and it turned to death. Yeah. Audrey Wright say, oh, and PP up yourself. Yeah, Audrey, you can't wait for reach your yard cause them let you out of taxi see you round the house back you're gone. Down in the banana walk, B2. Right? Seymour says Donna Lee father and uncles were some of the biggest surgeons in the Caribbean. Her uncle used to own some of the best horses to race in South Florida back in the day, and none of that means nothing to her life. You understand? None of that means nothing to her life. And shout out to the woman them too who always be like, yeah, my man got a whole lot of money. Yeah, but where your money at? Because if that man decide he don't want to be with you today, money gone with him. Yeah. So where your money at? My parents rich. My parents got a whole lot of this and a whole lot of that, and my uncles and my aunties. Okay, but where yours at? You know, God bless the child who has his own. But like I said, shout out to Donna Lee because she was getting her own. She just attached herself to somebody who I think, my personal opinion, who I think didn't have her best interest at heart. You know, one of them man that was a gallus for all the wrong reasons, bag a gal kind of thing. Yeah, and you got to play them and use them. Let's end that part by saying this again. This is the message. If you have to juggle the woman them and you have to hide A from B and B from C, and if any of them find out about the other one, a big war broke out, you're not a gallus. Don't use gallus title for that. Gallus, woman, gallus have 4 gal, 5 gal, or 5 woman, and all 5 of them know about each other. And they're patiently waiting for their turn. If you don't have that kind of under control thing, then you're not a gallus, you're just a cheater that's trying to manipulate people. And eventually you're gonna be found out and it's gonna end bad. You know, either 5 of them end up beat you one time or you end up having to do something to one of them for silence or against the next one and all that other crazy stuff. So yeah, that's what that means. Oh my gosh, I'm so late. Broke off the heel of my shoes running down the steps to get to my phone. Country girl. Country girl. Uh, you broke off the boot heel, mama. Oh God. Uh, Seymour says her family says she used to support Noel Maitland, not him supporting her. That's another reason to keep some girls around. Yeah, if she willing to put some money down on it. Hey, you know, I know he had clout. He's on quite a few big songs. You know, when you're seen in pictures, if you tell people, say, I'm a record producer. And when you see me in the pictures, you see me with people like, say, a Popcorn in the picture with me, a Skilly Bang in the picture with me, a this person in the picture with me, a Dexter Daps in the picture with me, and that. You're probably going to think, damn, SouFLo doing it. You know, he really getting there. Because those are names that are huge in that genre of music or in our industry. So if him say, I in them work and I'm a producer, which is the brand that Noel goes by, a record producer, then and he had certain people around him. I saw the pictures circulating. I didn't circulate the pictures because I didn't want later on when we meet the artists them say, yo brother, where did I try do? You know? You try make it seem like we didn't know say him do something to Donna Lee and we are try hide him. Joshy spoke out about it on a Sumfest. He came out on Sumfest stage and I was like, because he's the first one that did it. It's a care about the people, daughter, them go give them, brother. He was nothing but a dirty user. Woman, please love yourselves, Yvonne Brown says. Woman, please love yourselves. Country girls are great goodies. I'm okay. I can't. Same for my shoes, which was one of my favorite. Oh, God. Listen. All right. Moving forward, right? Yesterday, here we were. The Supreme Court today freed businessman Everton Beachy Stout McDonald of murder conspiracy charges after finding no evidence to establish conspiracy between him and his co-accused Oscar Barnes. Now, It doesn't take a genius to see what just happened here. Hmm. You know, when people said to me years ago, SouFLo, him now got prison, watch. You will see. I said, that's probably right because this is Jamaica. But then after all that came out, especially when they started reading the details of the voice recordings, and which I was reading back to you guys, I said, Oscar Barnes might walk because up till now I still haven't heard anything, not even a description of him. Is he short? Is he tall? Him dark skin? Him light skin? Him have straight hair? Him hair curly? Him bald headed? Um, him eye them green, blue, yellow, red? Him like what? There's nothing about him. Him have a nickname that might have been used. Nothing about him throughout this whole thing. It was like he never existed. So I knew he was gonna walk and he will walk on the murder charge as well. And I said this to the audience. I said, now imagine if he is the actual person who did exactly what Bubla said he did, to grab somebody around the neck, to stab them in their chest 10 times, to cut the person's throat, to gas down a car and set it on fire and watch it burn with a woman in it. That's a person, that's a scary friggin' person. No, that person to beat these charges and walk and be living amongst people. I don't want to be your neighbor. I don't want to be nowhere near where you're at. But I thought he was going to walk anyways. Beachy, I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised. Country Girl said I had to listen to your post twice yesterday because I could not believe my ears. And I hope we're wrong, but it does not look good. No, we're not wrong. See there? The men were charged in connection with the July 20th, 2020 murder of McDonald's wife, Tanya, whose partially burnt body was found on a deserted road in Sherwood Forest in Portland. The defendant, who will still each have to answer to a count of murder in the ongoing trial, they were freed after presiding Judge Chester Stamp upheld no case submissions by the defense's attorneys. That means their attorneys went in there and said, Your Honor, they don't have a case against my client for conspiracy. Nothing shows that they planned to murder Tanya. And the judge says, I agree. They're freed of those charges. Now, I'm flabbergasted at this point because all the stuff we heard, I wasn't making all that up, man. All that came straight from them, and they were putting it to the public. The conversations between him and Beachy, where Beachy is saying to him, "Yo, you have to make sure, say, you keep your phone on, cause I don't want you to go up there without my warning, right? Cause allegedly that was Beachy. Cause I'm gonna tell you how their attorneys got them, and I said it yesterday. That's why I even said in the comment section yesterday, I think I should have went to law school like my grandmother said, cause I probably would have been good at it. Watch this. All those conversations where you are heard on tape saying, make sure you answer your phone and I'm gonna get vexed when I can't find you. You answer your blood clot phone, man. Right? All right, boss, I'm gonna answer the phone next time. I'll make sure I answer the phone next time. Him say, yeah, because listen, you can't just go up there, right? More you go up there when the help are there. That way, me know say she see, say me did that. In other words, you're creating an alibi on tape, creating an alibi, telling the man when to come, when not to come, wait on my go, stop, don't do it today, change location, we're not going to do it at the house anymore, it has to be done somewhere else. Isn't that conspiracy? Or am I dumb? That's conspiracy. You are all up in the masterminding and the planning of it according to the tapes. But what did I say at the end yesterday? I said they're going to need a voice specialist because what? Because people sound like people all the time. People look like people all the time. People sound like people all the time. Right? Right. That is the defense that his attorneys came with. That's not my client on that tape. talking. Remember, I know the original contract killer, Delvalin Minot, who is serving his 19 years, of which he'll only probably do about 10, because that's what it says, before he's eligible for parole. He already said in court, then play the tape for him so he can identify to the court, to the jurors, who is who on the tape. In point, who just said this? He said that was me. Who is the person that keeps answering you that just said that about the helper being there and you must make sure you answer the phone? He said that's Mr. Mac. That's him. That's Beachy Stout. The person is there. The person is confirming that that's us having a conversation. His attorneys just simply had to say, that's not my client. Now hear this. In a court of law, guess what? The burden of proof is on the prosecution, the courts. It's not on me. You could come with your tape all you want to. Yeah, this is me and SouFLo. Listen. You hear him? He said, go kill her, 12 o'clock. Yeah, that's him. All I got to do is come in there and say, nope, me and this man had no such conversation. I don't even know what he's talking about. That vocal might have been AI generated. I know, Your Honor, we live in a crazy time. I seen a video out here of Donald Trump talking about how Jamaican he is and bumbleclot this and he loved Jamaica and mash up a boy who don't want to vote for Trump and I thought it was actually really him saying it. So anything could happen with the vocals. But I'm telling you right now, I didn't have no conversations with that man. Once you say that, it's the court's job to decide, or the prosecution's job to decide. Either we're going to have to prove that it's you, which means we're going to have to go get a specialist to do this, or we can't prove it no other way, so we just got to throw this out. And they gambled big yesterday, and they won. I don't know if the courts in Jamaica is lazy. I don't know if they're going to say we didn't have the financial resources. I don't know if they're going to say we don't have that type of specialist on the island, because that has happened before in cases in Jamaica. There was a case, actually it's this same case. The Vybz Kartel case and this case. The stenographer, the person who sits down and types while everybody is talking, the judge says, could you redirect that question, please? Shafi type, could you redirect that question? Judge said, so and so. Have you ever looked at what they type? Mia, you can't read that. It's all done in abbreviation and some whole heap of juk, yason, this, dick. But they can translate it back into, so it's something you have to be trained for. And I remember when they were waiting for transcripts, they said the one person on the island in Jamaica, shorthand, yeah, it's a stenographer. One person on the island who could do it had left the island and flew out to the U.S. indefinitely. So the case stalled. So now I'm thinking, do they have a voice specialist, audio specialist, somebody who could study the pattern of speech, compare it to Beachy Stout now, give their professional opinion, say, listen, I've been doing this for 30 years. I've never missed a case. I've never not proven my case. I can tell you beyond the shadow of a doubt that this is him that is speaking on the tape. They would need that individual, and I don't think Jamaica have that individual there. So with that said, back off and throw out the conspiracy. Now here's the thing. The conspiracy is thrown out. Where does that leave them? That leaves them to charge them with murder. Like it just said right here. The two will still have to stand trial for murder. But check it out. How am I going to stand trial for murder? They have no proof that Beachy murdered Tanya. In order to be tried for murder, you must have been actively a part of the murder. He has a great alibi. Everybody know where he was when his wife was being murdered. He has alibi of the house. At the house, he was at his business the early morning. He was there the whole day. It, so this all comes down to this. He just sitting in his cell doing this. Blood clot, man. Can't wait for God me yard. That's it. Can't wait for God me yard. Because that's what's gonna happen. There's no way that they can prove that Beachy Stout murdered Tanya McDonald. No way. None. And I'm telling you right now I'm making my prediction based on what happened yesterday. He's gonna walk. He's gonna walk. Oscar Barnes is gonna walk. The only person that's going to be doing prison time is the person who spoke. Bubla frig up the case from morning. The case was going good till Bubla jump out and talk about, yeah, me did get somebody pum pum too. Yeah, me and her were close like this. Them say, what you mean close like this? Them say, we were having relations. The lawyer said, hold on, what you mean relations? Like, you were having relations. She's a married woman and her husband hired you to, follow her to certain places, basically, watch out for her and stuff and conduct some business with her. What you mean you was close like this? How long had you known her? She used to spend time all at my yard. Sometime one time him thinks that she gone her mother, she was at my yard. Me lock her down for the night. I said, oh God, here we go. The whole friggin' case gone. Yeah. Once him put that in there, the whole case gone. Go look back at my video when I was talking to y'all. I said, once he did that, it's done. Because if I was Beachy attorney at this point, I would have been like this. You frigga, yo. Yes. Okay. All right. No. So come here. This is how we're going to do it, right? My client don't have nothing to do with this. This crazy Ross man murdered that woman there. She was wild. She was sleeping with somebody else other than her husband. Her husband was insecure, which he admitted to. He admitted, before I read his stuff to y'all, he admitted in court that he has medical issues. He admitted in court that he's diabetic and the sugar hungry him away. He admitted in court that his wife was being unfaithful and he has full knowledge of it and it was embarrassing. He admitted all that. So with that, only thing my client is guilty of is being insecure, and he do what rich people do: put somebody on her to watch her, go see what she doing, and come back and tell me. But don't let her know that I paid you. But you is a madman. Cause what you do now is you involve yourself with the woman, cause she was unstable and loose. And then when you involve yourself with her, you get jealous when you found out that is what you yourself wasn't good enough to satisfy her, sir. So she was still seeing other people. Remember when they have the piece where he was calling her names and they asked him, well, why were you cussing her out and calling her these kind of names? And he said, yeah, I did call her that because I was angry at her, but she what? She sleep with other men. So you were angry because she was sleeping with you and her husband and other men. You thought it was supposed to be, if I know the husband a service or it should be you. Right. So, sir, you are the only one here in court who has a motive, as to why. And then everything else points to you. You're even here admitting that you were at the scene of the murder. Right. So now the recording came out that said your brother, your cousin and your son, yeah, man, them there with me, my cousin and my son. Hmm. So your cousin and your son you carry. So it wasn't Oscar. It was your cousin and your son. All right. And we have that on recording, Your Honor. So where do we go from here? Because that can be proven. Now he's trying to backtrack saying, when I said my cousin and my son, I didn't really mean my cousin and my son. It was Oscar that was really there, but I was trying to cover up that it was him. So I just lie and say it was my cousin and my son. Them not try hear that, Papa. Them not trying to hear that. You just freed that man and you just created an avenue for Beach's lawyers to actually use against you as well. The only person that gets sinking in all this is the one man we talk. Rascal. You know what this remind me of? This remind me of Chucky Brown. When Chucky Brown must go up on vacation, them send him pan or something, and he come back. And when him come back, some man get killed. And you know, it's like them say some extra judicial killing go on, and in the come down pan we, you know, and this, that, and the other, and them say, yo, Chucky, you have to go take the fall for this. And Chucky said, no, me not take the fall for this. Matter of fact, before me take the fall for this, me tell pan everybody. Them said, Chucky, how it go? You have to go take the fall for it. Yeah, policeman, everything will work out good, man. Yeah. The case probably I'll end up get thrown out or something. You have to go sit down for a minute though, feet, you know, make it go through the judicial system. The man said, no, me not take no fall for nothing. Here what? Me I got Indicom. He went to Indicom. He told Indicom, listen, police commissioner involved in the extra judicial killing. Them used to give you some special badges and some extra money and this and that. He called up a whole bunch of big names. He called up dates. He made a list and told them everybody he killed and explained how and why he killed them. Yeah, this is one, yeah. Yeah, me kill him because him never have nothing to do with him, never do nothing wrong still. Him did just me kill him for me Dan brethren. Yeah, me have a brethren where I done. And him there disrespect the program. So me kill him for him. Right? But the one here over here, so now me kill him. Chucky is the only one that went in there, told everything. Chucky said, I'm gonna tell on myself and I'm gonna tell on everybody else. Now, somebody who tells upon themselves is always somebody to me who I listen to. Because when people are tell lies, see, one thing they like to do is cut out the part where they are involved. So it seemed like everybody else is guilty. It wasn't me. Them people there, I watch with a strange eye. But the ones who are able to say, listen, me murder one of them over there so last week, Saturday. Yeah, you want to find him, twist up in the orange shirt, and me lick him down. The next one, may I tell you all the ones that I did first, and then me I go tell you the rest. Remember the youth named so and so up a crossroad round on that Thursday night, and me drive past and shoot him in the face. Just I'm telling you exactly how I did it. Why did you do that one? Well, that one, you know, is because he was being disrespectful all the time. Every time I saw him, you know, him used to like push up like him one, do me something. So I did him something before he did me something, right? And we're out here, we're police officers, we have power, yeah, and we do extrajudicial killings too. And now let me give you the list of what they did. All right, when Chucky did that right there, let me give you the list of what they did and started calling big names on the list. Up till now, go look it up. Up till now, they buried him so far under that jail, under that prison in Jamaica. I don't even know which part him there. I don't know where him there. So it's similar to this case right here. You know, somebody said yesterday, somebody said, SouFLo, you know, say if Bubble did keep his mouth shut, he would have beat a case that just like Beachy and just like the other youth where Beachy get tried with, you know. I said, yep, I see it now. If him did just keep his mouth shut, he would have beat the case. But remember, I know him run to the police, you know. He's the one that ran to the police. Right. I say, yes, I have all this information right here. And look at this. He's the only one. Go plead guilty. Take 19 years doing his time and decide to come to court. I'm going to close off this morning by saying this, because you know, wife, you have to go to the gym on these things. I'm going to close off this morning by saying this. I said it yesterday. It must not be pretty for him behind bars. The brother stressed out. Now, what do you expect? Beach have 5 lawyers, you know. 5 attorneys, you know. It don't take a rocket science again to know that you have to have some kind of money. If you have 5 attorneys working your case actively, showing up to court on your behalf actively, and then 2 more attorneys for Oscar Barnes. Now, you is one person, Bubbler. Don't you know that these 7 attorneys are conspiring against you because their goal is to get their client off. And since you are the main witness, they have to figure out how they can discredit you, how them can turn this around on you, how them can frig up this case and railroad it, how them can keep you in prison while freeing their client. And when you have 7 legal minds against somebody who is barely educated, the rest is history. That's 7 legal minds, well trained, against a person who is barely educated. That's why he was on the stand saying, Jesus Christ, our God Almighty, come down now. You don't remember when he said that? Come down and take me now, God, because I can't take this no more. Pressure. They had him in that pressure cooker and he was cooking. Well, the end result is Beachy's going to be free. I'm predicting that today. He's already free of conspiracy to commit the murder, which means he had nothing to do with the planning of it. Them can't prove him actually do it. The world know his alibi already. So it's just a matter of time before he walks out. I wonder if he would have give me an interview. Because I want to ask him all them kind of questions. Like, see, people don't do interviews with me. If I decide I wanted to interview people, they're not going to want to do interviews. Come here, I'm going to ask hard questions. And you don't have to answer them, but it's in our best interest for you to answer them. Me would I want to hear what him say. Me not run for your interview, you know. What was your time behind bars like? Me did hear say you did sick too. Yeah. How was that? Were you getting proper medical attention? This is part where I soften it up. We're going in, right? Yeah, you getting proper medical attention back there. You're a big man out there. Them treat you like a big man back there too. Yeah, boy, me not lying. I say you did have 5 attorneys that look like some boss stuff right there, you know. 5 attorneys and plus 2 for Oscar Bond, 7 attorneys working the case. How did you feel at the moment when they said you are freed of conspiracy to commit murder? Here we am say right there, so. Then I would go in and ask again. So you knew right then that you were coming home, that you were going to beat the case because there was no way they could prove that you committed murder, right? Yeah, because all of us already knew your alibi. It was published in the papers where you were, right? So, yo, me that love for you get an interview offer. 2 people me that love for interview in this year. And Vybz Kartel, which is the one we are supposed to be talking about next, I'll give that 5 minutes to say a reminder. Vybz Kartel goes to the Privy Council in 8 days. Right. Vybz Kartel goes to the Privy Council in 8 days. In 8 days from now, a decision will be made. That decision will be televised. The hearing will be televised. The 14th, the 15th, those 2 days. I will be going live right here so we can get a live reaction. But the decision, this decision on Vybz Kartel case will decide. You have to go ahead and do 34 years before you're eligible for parole, and he's only at 11. So you have a whole heap of more years to go. Or your case was seriously botched, your constitutional rights were seriously violated, and you need to be let go. This needs to be thrown out. Those are the 2 decisions that could be made. Or there could possibly be a third one, a retrial, which I highly doubt. It's either going to be a botched case that needs to be thrown out, or it's going to be we uphold whatever findings the Jamaica judicial system had, because everything was in line and we saw nothing where they stepped out of line. We saw nothing where no constitutional rights were violated. We saw nothing where anything wrong was done against. Can't happen. Can't happen. Just by the mere virtue of 2 things. One, the tampered evidence. We keep talking about that. Anyhow, Privy Council skip over that. I know that something is going in behind the scenes. Yep, then of that. So if you can get time served, he's coming out. Oh, where you want, babe? She has starved me out lately. Me I tell people. She has starved me out lately, you know. She's starving me out lately for a damn apology. Because me no want apologize, me can't get none. And it's been a while. Me I talk my business. Because me not apologizing, me can't get any. So that is the situation I'm in right now. So whoever knows her, please go over to her and tell Shakira to please give SouFlo his things because he doesn't function normal when he's not getting his proper dose of things. Right? Right. Me go into more details with them later. Audrey writes, I apologize. Audrey, me tired, I apologize. All when me not do nothing, me apologize. Because, but me I try set a standard this time. You know what I'm saying? And she did a whole lot. What you have on? Come in that room, let me see you now. Jesus Christ. Me hurry up and come off of this. She a ramp rough. Yeah. It, listen, me no have no hide for hide in my life. Here, that me live my life transparently. We go through normal things that people go through. The woman really a whole lot for me. It's all my voice a crack. I think about it, but you will tell me get some though. Anyhow, um, yeah, the Vybz Kartel something. And that's over there, right? Yeah. Let's wrap this up, cause she ready to go. The Vybz Kartel case. If the only way the Privy Council could find that this man case was not botched up big time and overlook tampered evidence. A police officer confessed. So him take it out of the evidence room, took it home with him, used it for him personal use and bring it back the next day. If they overlook that, they can't overlook the other part where the Jamaica Constitution says if something is going to be used against you, your team needs to have that so they can mount a proper defense. They withheld that from his team for the longest and eventually did give it to them way too late. So, with just those two alone, and I could go into many more places where violations took place, right? If just upon them two they alone, it can't happen. And if it does happen, then I know that something bigger is at stake. But we will be live watching that for sure. And we're going to see how that one go down. Right? Y'all be good. Be good. Walk good. You know, laugh after me, but it's all good. I'm not about my fist neither, you know. No, call me dep on I don't know if you call it these days. Mm-mm. She forget everything. But we'll get there. We'll get there. It might come down to me if I apologize till when me no want apologize again. But me I see how long me can hold out though. Yeah. So Flo, if you really need it, you would apologize, British Jamaican girl said. Only too wicked man. Can you notice that only the woman them a tell me about apologize? Only the woman them a tell me about apologize. Walk good. Wanna go with God. I'll miss you later, alright? One love. I'm out. Peace. Lovely Aneka. Woo! I'll catch y'all later. Y'all go check out Lovely Aneka content, man. Click her thing and go over to her channel and engage her content too. Wanna go with God, people. One love here, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Right here on SouFLoTV with you, the family. God spare my life. I'm out. Peace. Oh God. Mm.